You guys have like a car parts bucket list? Like a list of parts that someday you want to have on one of your cars? I know I do. I've always wanted a car that has big cams, like a low B idle. This thing has stock cams, so it's not gonna be like that, but maybe someday. I've always wanted a car with a 6-speed. I got a 6-speed for this build, so I'm pretty amped on that. I always wanted a turbo car, not like a stock 1.8 Jetta, like a real turbo car, the kind that go fast and make cool noises, which the Miata was pretty fast. It made good noises. Anyways, today I get to check one of the parts off of my car part bucket list. So come with me over to the workbench and let's crack open a box. So what I've got here is a mystery box. I have not opened this box yet, I promise you. And I have not even seen one of these in person before, so I'm very excited to crack this thing open and see what we got inside. Some of y'all are going, wow, you got a clutch? You always wanted a clutch? Didn't you have one of those before? Hold on. Hold your horses. I'll explain in a second. This is the Clutchmaster's FX725 twin disc clutch and flywheel system. Now this clutch for my build is really the epitome of complete overkill. I mean, I've been told this thing can hold like into the 800 wheel horsepower range, so obviously I didn't need it because of how much power I'll be making. But there are more reasons than that to put something like this in your car. Let me tell you some of the pros and cons about twin discs. So, twin disc versus single disc. Now, I sold a brand new in the box single disc setup that was good for roughly 500 wheel horsepower and about the lightest single disc setup you could buy in the 1.8 size. 8-pound flywheel, the whole thing as a package, including the clutch disc and the pressure plate, was 23 pounds, okay? Much lighter than stock. Stock is somewhere probably around 35 pounds. So 35 down to 23, big difference. This twin disc right here, complete package, 16.8 pounds. Super, I mean, this thing's like, imagine if I dropped it right there, oh my God. I'd hit myself over the head with it. 16.8 pounds, that is over 6 pounds lighter than the lightest single disc setup. How do they get away with it? Well, the clutch pack in this twin disc is 7.25 inches. The 1.8 clutch stock is 9 inches. So it's a smaller clutch overall, and they can make it a little bit lighter, and it also uses an aluminum clutch cover. The downfall of a smaller diameter clutch is that it cannot hold as much torque, but in the case of a twin disc, you have double the friction surfaces so it can hold way more power, so you can get away with running a smaller diameter clutch. So in addition to being 6 pounds lighter, when you have a rotating mass, if you take some of that mass and concentrate it more towards the center of that object, it has less rotational inertia, so that means it can spin up even quicker. This thing is gonna rev like a motorcycle, and I will show you. I cannot wait to get this thing running so I can show you guys the revs on a twin disc. Crazy, okay? I'm really excited about it. Now, there are a couple downsides to a twin disc. Number one, they're a little bit more expensive than buying a traditional flywheel and single disc setup, so there's that. Another thing is that's just a minor annoyance. When you're sitting at a light with your foot on the clutch pedal, they do rattle a little bit. It's just the multiple pieces inside the clutch. They get loose because your foot's on the pedal, so you get a little jingle out of it. I don't know how bad this one is, but I'm gonna find out. If you get tired of it, you just put the car in neutral and let your foot off the clutch and it goes away. The main downfall to a twin disc is they are pretty savage to drive. This clutch is probably going to be very grabby and difficult to drive. Not only grabby, it's also extremely lightweight, which is going to make the car easy to stall. But I think I can handle it because I pretty much eat nails for breakfast every morning without any milk. So I think I got this, but at any rate, it's going to make for some good content showing people trying to drive the car. Y'all other YouTubers showing your girlfriends driving your race clutch? This is a real race clutch. We're gonna see how my girlfriend does driving this. But you know what? She needs a challenge because she's been driving manual for so long. If I just got a regular old clutch, it'd be a piece of cake. So we're gonna put her to the test with this, but that's for later content. For now, I'm just gonna go ahead and take this thing apart, kind of show you what it looks like inside and get it installed on the engine. Now, for you guys wondering about what kind of clutch you should put in your car, this will be the second Clutchmasters clutch I've tried out. I had one in broken boosted. It worked really awesome. They do normal people clutches, like for normal power levels also. They have a wide range of products. And if you use coupon code CARPASSION, 10% off their entire website. I think even if you buy a shirt, you can get 10% off. So check out clutchmasters.com. They do make some good products, and I can't wait to get this one in my car. So first I gotta remove the cover to get access to the flywheel. Otherwise I won't be able to install it on the engine. And you can see the discs still have their packing material on them. Now this setup that I went with, there's a couple different options for the 725. I went with one organic disc and one ceramic disc, which makes it a little bit easier to drive, and I didn't really see the need to go for the 1,000 horsepower option because this one's already complete overkill, so not really necessary. Okay, so this looks like the death disc. This is the one that's gonna make it hard to drive. This is the friction disc or whatever it's called that goes in between these clutch discs. This looks like the nice little organic disc that'll make it a little bit easier to drive. These things are stupid light. And one thing I forgot to mention about really light clutch discs is it helps you actually get from one gear to another, like the shifter physically move from say 3rd to 4th quicker because it's easier for the synchros to change the speed of these discs during a shift. Your clutch discs are the only things that are on the rotating mass of the transmission itself, and this is what has to change speeds when you change gears really quick. So lighter discs equals faster gear changes. This is a disc off of a little baby 1.6 clutch. You can see that the discs in my new clutch are even smaller. And also for anyone wondering, the flywheel itself weighs only 6.4 pounds. Crazy numbers, unheard of. I cannot wait to get this thing on. All right, so I'm gonna call it there for today, but hold on before you show up with pitchforks and torches. I'm not gonna make you wait a whole week to get another video. It's just gonna be a couple of days. I'm actually on my way right now to get an engine hoist, to get this thing in the air so I can put the clutch on, so I can put the trans on, so I can put the whole thing into the car. In fact, if you're watching this video right now, you're about to get a warm, fuzzy feeling because that means the engine is actually inside the car. Finally! Anyways, I hope you learned something in this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Follow the link in the description to my website if you want to learn even more about clutches. And I will see you in the next one. A couple days, I promise. Peace out.
Back from the dead.